Yes Have Some podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations, your one-stop shop for all of your proton pack building needs. If you're in the market for a proton pack, head to carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. You're going to find aluminum motherboards, resin parts, fiberglass shells, and a whole lot more. Find them on Facebook at Carnivorous Creations or head straight to carnivorouscreations.com. Remember, carnivorous with a K, and get started on an authentic, screen-accurate proton pack.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
I don't want to grow up. Do you want some?
Jurassic Park. Now playing the PSW.
Ecto goggles with Ecto Popper, Neutrona Blaster, and Water Zapper, each sold separately.
From the corner penthouse of Spook Central all the way to Star Killer Base, this is Yes Have Some podcast.
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags.
The only place in the multiverse where you can love the book, hate the movie, but still buy all the toys.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
What?
Please remember to hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed. With your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
What episode is this?
I don't know. These pictures of
What are you showing me?
like naked Hulk Hogan figures.
Abby's showing me naked pictures of
Wait.
Hulk Hogan. Not the
What?
actual one.
What?
Zack Ryder from wrestling. Mm-hmm. He's got his new podcast, which is the major. What's it called? The Major Wrestling Figures podcast. Mm-hmm. It's and he's been posting pictures. Like he's been. You know when people have a lot of money and they collect and they get all the figures and then they're like, well, what do I buy now? They start collecting prototypes.
Yeah.
And like
Right,
pre-production
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like unpainted and stuff
Unpainted,
like
yeah. It's a really good podcast, though. I've been listening to it. Even if you're not a wrestling figure collector, if you have any interest in toy collecting, it's worth. They talk about figure baths a lot, like when you collect toys, but they're dirty, so you have to take a bath with your toys.
That
That's so weird.
you could just bathe the figure
No,
separate from
Gotta get in the
yourself
bath with
getting in with them.
It doesn't work if you don't get in the bath.
Figure bath.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 117 of Yes Have Some podcast. My name is Craig Goldberg. Thank you so much for joining us. We just wrapped up recording our latest bonus episode for Patreon. Thank you to all of our patrons. We got a lot going on with Patreon, but we'll talk about that in a second. Abigail Gardner, how are you?
I'm great.
You great?
Yeah, I've been watching cartoons for the last 24 hours. So
Classic.
yeah, it's very classic.
Classic. Jake, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are we fully recovered from Dragon Con? It's been like 3 weeks.
I think so.
Until someone mentions Dragon Con and I get sad.
Yeah.
I
got like a late con crud strike. Like I got sick last week, which I was talking shit about people who get con
the
crud.
strains are learning.
Yeah. I was making fun of people. I was like,
remembers.
dude, con crud's fake. It's just, it's just people being sad after
Fake
con.
news.
They don't want to go to work. But then I got sick. so that's real.
Yeah, so we were off last week, but we're back this week. We got plenty to talk about. So cool. I did want to talk about Patreon real quick. We have these bonus episodes that are going out. We just did our second one for this month. If you want to get in on this stuff, it's really fun. We just did a deep dive on all of the 80s and 90s cartoons that we loved, didn't love, or wish existed. It was the last 10 minutes of that episode were probably like the hardest I've ever laughed doing Yes Have Some. So if you want to get in on that stuff, it's patreon.com/yeshavesome. The $10 tier and up will get you the bonus episodes. And anybody who's in our $50 tier and up, it's the YHS Collectors Club. Our first box is going out here in like the next 7 days. We're waiting on one more thing to come in. And I don't know, man. People seem really into it. Like, it's been really cool getting the opportunity to show the people that are supporting us, like, that we care by curating some really cool stuff and putting together these bonus episodes. I've been having a lot of fun with it. So thank you so much to our patrons. Our latest patron in the $25 YHS VHS club, his name is Mark. I learned a lesson about not giving away last names.
Yeah.
People don't like that,
No.
apparently.
Oh, really?
Do we get in trouble?
No. Yes.
Yes?
We got arrested by internet law.
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's just like a privacy thing. Listen, what if you don't want your wife to know or your husband that you're a patron?
Yeah. that you're podcasting.
That you're giving away your hard-earned money to.
Right, yeah.
Where'd that $25 go? I gave it to Craig, Abbey, and Jake. Who are they? So, thank you to Mark. Thank you to all of our patrons. And more on that later. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Good.
Excited.
I'm very good.
Good. Well, we got some fuck budgeting to do. Before we get into that, we haven't really talked about Ghostbusters Fan Fest yet, so I wanted to address that, get everybody's feelings. Everybody knows next June is going to be the 35th anniversary of Ghostbusters, Wizard World, and Ghostbusters. What are they called? Sony.
Yeah.
The Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Sony, Ghost Corps, Wizard World, they've partnered up for the very first ever Ghostbusters Fan Fest. It's going to be a Ghostbusters exclusive convention that happens on the Sony lot in Culver City, California. Yes, Have Some will be there. Tickets are kind of on sale-ish.
They're kind of out there, yeah.
Here's the deal. People have been asking.
You can get a piece of your ticket.
There is a pre-sale going on right now where you can put down a deposit and secure your spot in line for tickets once they go on sale. The reasoning behind that is that this is not like a regular convention. This isn't 20, 25, 30,000 people. This is going to be a limited capacity event.
It's not being held in like a convention center.
It's not a convention center.
They're
It's
probably
exclusive and
trying
small.
to figure out exactly where they're even. They've already mentioned it's going to be on the Sony lot, but I mean, they're probably trying to figure out what kind of room they need. They're just trying to gauge what's happening.
Yeah,
it's all new. It's a new process.
So what they did is they said, hey, you put down $100 and you will be at the front of the line to secure. You're guaranteed a ticket. There's going to be VIP packages. There's going to be photo ops. There's going to be autographs. Once in a lifetime VIP packages. Whatever that means.
Gatekeeper key master combo.
You're just throwing that out there?
That's what I want, and that's what I think we'll see.
Maybe there will be a Rick Moranis, Sigourney Weaver, double photo op.
That'd be neat.
I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen. Maybe Bill Murray will be there. Who knows? Yeah, sure.
Don't get your hopes up.
But
I'm hoping.
when the packages go on sale, if you have the deposit down, you will be guaranteed at least your general admission pass. They haven't released prices. There's not a whole lot of information. All we've gotten through our sources is that information is coming. It's going to be great. Fans are not going to want to miss it. And there may or may not be a VIP package that includes a little bit of a stay and a little bit of a party at the Sedgwick Hotel.
Yep.
Let me backtrack. The source told me a hotel that was featured in Ghostbusters. Could be the Mercado.
Definitely. The half of the Mercado that was real and not CG.
We're going to Boston. So there's going to be some cool stuff. And we're going to be keeping everybody as updated as possible. If any news breaks in the middle of the week or a not recording day, if we feel like we need to get it out there, we'll go on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and we'll communicate, because a lot of people have been asking. So you go to wizardworld.com, you go to ghostbusters.com, you put down your $100. It is refundable. So if they roll out tickets and you don't like what they're offering, or you can't afford it, or something happens, you'll be able to get your money back. Or you can put that $100 towards your tickets. That's the information. We all bought ours.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. I'm extremely excited. It's the most it's the event I'm most looking forward to next year.
Yeah.
Because it's so new and there's a lot of possibilities. Plus, we get to go to California. What's cooler than that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see friends and like retread on old territory that we were there for the trailer event, and then also for the premiere of Answer the Call. And this is kind of what I wanted the Answer the Call premiere to be, was like a multi-day event on the lot with everyone, like, because that was so fast paced and kind of like a whirlwind experience. I feel like this is something that we'll all have not a year, but like a lot of time to plan for. And
I mean,
I like that.
They're ramping up, like, between all the stuff at Spirit Halloween, the social media. I don't know if you guys saw, they've been putting up new social media posts with like little video clips. They're really cool. Ghostbusters World is now available in beta on Android. It is going to be available on iPhone very soon. It's going to be a big deal. So right now is a really cool time to be a Ghostbusters fan. So all I'm saying is, and this is coming from the heart, I wouldn't miss out on this event. Because you're going to be around a couple thousand Ghostbusters fans. And that alone, there's going to be some funny things to talk about. Like, there's going to be some fun.
Yeah.
Fun will be had.
Dude, I'm excited because it's going to be, like, we already have everyone at PKE Surge, but this event will bring in more people from, like, the outskirts and, like, probably other countries.
There's going to be people literally from all over the world coming to this.
It's going to be cool.
And it's all to celebrate. Like, here's one thing. Here comes a rant. I love Ghostbusters. I am not above being just a diehard fan of Ghostbusters, because that's why we all do it. Like, I don't care if you build your proton pack, I don't care if you bought a spirit pack, I don't care if you just love the movies. Like, we all love it. Let's go celebrate it. Like, let's have fun. Let's not, you know what? Not even gonna go negative. I am excited for Ghostbusters Fan Fest, and you should be too. That's all I'm going to say. Here. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah,
I agree, and I me too. Like, we were talking about right before this was announced. We were all planning on maybe going to Star Wars Celebration, and that's not even a thought in my mind now. And that's not just because of Ghostbusters, but I'm excited to be going to this, and I feel like I don't want to say too much because like we ourselves haven't had any of this put in concrete yet, but we got some stuff planned. Yeah. We got some stuff like we're going to be doing, like, there's going to be a lot of like exclusive Yes Have Some stuff happening around and at this thing. And I'm just like super excited, not just to be there as a Ghostbuster fan, but to be there as a member of Yes Have Some and to be able to put out some really good content.
Yeah. I'm excited about it too. I think if you're a fan of YHS, if you like what we do, we're planning some stuff, and we want you guys to be involved. Probably put up some polls to see what kind of stuff you'd be interested in, like, because we want to make it fun. Like, we want to meet our listeners, we want to interact with the community, and more than anything, I want some big dinners.
Yeah.
So we're going to dinner at some point.
That's the plan.
Y'all can come if you want.
Yeah.
But that's not till next June. We've got a lot happening between now and then, including a bunch of movies coming out. We got Avengers. We've got Halloween. We've got Captain Marvel. We've got Aquaman. Abby.
Yes.
Before we get to this fuck budget,
are we going to talk about Aquaman for a second?
What'd you think of those new Aquaman toys you saw?
Well, first of all, I was surprised by them that they were even out. I wasn't surprised that they hadn't been purchased yet because that movie doesn't look very good. Yeah, it's like I'm kind of excited just to see it because I know it will probably bring some like entertainment to me because
you might love it.
Yeah, who knows?
So
maybe I'll love it. Yeah, but it's I'm not anticipating much from that movie.
Yeah,
there are others that I'm more excited about for sure.
Jake, did you see those toys?
I did not.
They're probably in the clearance aisle at Target. It's bad. They don't even make it to the regular aisle. They just go straight to clearance.
They just go straight to clearance.
Oh, Aquaman, y'all got any of those yellow stickers? All right. Y'all ready to fuck budget?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. All right. It's time for the Yes Have Some fuck budget, the fun segment that we do where we take 5 topics in popular culture, movies, TV, and toys, and we allocate our fucks. Jake and Abby each have 10 fucks to give. They can only spend 10 fucks, and they have to spend their fucks wisely, because if they don't, well, we haven't found out what happens yet. But it's bad.
You get bad fuck credit.
You get bad fuck credit. You go to your credit score, and it's like, your credit dropped 50 points. You should start giving a fuck. All right, cool. So, it's funny. We missed last week's episode. Abby was sick. And all the stuff, a lot of the things we're going to talk about last week are what we're going to talk about this week because there's more information now.
Yeah, it's still relevant.
It's almost like it all worked out. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1, Joker is a movie. I think it's just called Joker. Todd Phillips is directing the standalone Joker movie. It is an origin story. Looks like it's influenced a little bit by The Killing Joke, starring Joaquin Phoenix. It is completely separate from the DC universe that is currently going on. There's been some officially released photos of Joaquin Phoenix in and out of makeup. There was a makeup test video released, then a bunch of leaked footage from a scene that was being shot in New York. Abigail Gardner, when it comes to this standalone movie about the Joker, how many fucks do you give?
I'm giving this 2 very confused fucks.
Okay.
Because I like the look of this Joker. I like the makeup. I think it looks like it doesn't look too good, like it's kind of underdone, like a maniac would do it, and it's evocative of the Heath Ledger makeup style and like a little bit of the other Jack Nicholson Joker as well. So
Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
No, I always
remember when Jack Nicholson, the professional golfer, played the Joker?
Golfer, yes. He was my favorite Joker. But no, I like the way he looks, and I feel like for the footage even, like, I don't know. I'm confused about it because I like Mark Maron, I like Zazie Beetz, and both of them are like in this movie. So there's things about it that have me interested. I don't dislike the Joker on the whole. So like for some reason, when I see these images and when I think about this movie, I get like strangely excited because I guess at this point, the Joker and DC in general is kind of the underdog. So it would be really neat to see something interesting come out of this. The director did like The Hangover and Old School. I don't hate Old School. I don't hate the Hangover movies. They're not my favorite. But like if there was some level of like actual humor to this movie, I don't know, maybe it'll be good. I would like it to be good because that would just be interesting to see something that's been, at least the last few iterations have been so bad and so poorly done that it would be cool to see this movie be good.
Jake?
If there was any bit of comedy, then maybe this movie would be good. Abby, that's something you just said about the Joker, and that is something that I have also said about The Hangover.
Burn.
I also gave this 2 fucks. Abby, I feel like maybe you're cheating off my sheet here.
Dude, I can't even see your sheet.
As much as I complain about DC and how much they suck, because they do, and I wouldn't say that if I felt like they haven't really earned that statement.
Suck budget.
But I feel like DC has, like, to me anyway, has not put a movie out that I have liked since The Dark Knight.
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very long time. There's a lot of movies in between there, and I don't feel like any of those movies have been good.
Yeah.
There might be things here and there within them that I have enjoyed, but not enough to make me say that's a good movie. So like based on that, I don't have a whole lot of hope here. But it is the Joker, and who doesn't like the Joker? And I think Joaquin Phoenix is good, and I think he could play. I think he could play a really good Joker. When that little like test footage thing came out, I didn't think that looked very good. Like when they show him like close up with the paint on at the end of it, to me it looked very. And I even said something about it in group therapy. It looked very boring and like bland. I was like, oh, cool, great job. Like it looked like they went with the first thing they came up with. But then seeing like more footage and seeing all those pictures that came out where you can see his outfit and you can see him walking, you can see him making different, there's multiple photos of him, smiling or not smiling, like making more emotional faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, this looks way better this way. I was like, this costume in this paint job is coming across better in leaked photos than it came off in their like polished video that they sent you. Like I think making the choice to have you looking up at him at an angle and only seeing his face worked against that makeup. I think it looks pretty good. Like I think he looks fine. Like he looks cool. The makeup's different than what we've had so far. I think he looks good. But besides the fact that I like Joaquin Phoenix and I think he's going to be a good Joker, that doesn't give me like, I still have 10 years of really bad DC movies.
Yeah.
So I'm also giving it 2 very confused fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with this movie specifically, this is the first DC movie that we're getting in this generation of DC movies that literally is completely separate from the universe that they've been poorly building. Like, they've done a bad job. So I think that's a good thing. I would be bummed if this was like, oh no, this is just gonna be like, they're gonna kind of like forget about Jared Leto and this will be like Ben Affleck might be in this movie. I'd be like, gross.
I agree with all that. You know, like it's kind of like you're giving that universe a second chance, but then also like, who really wants to see the Joker's origin? Like, do we really want to go to a Joker movie where for half the movie he's not the Joker? Like those first, like before they even released that test screen footage, there were pictures of him. Like the first official photo of the Joker was just Joaquin Phoenix, like with no makeup, and I was just like, cool, this is the movie we're going to see. Like that doesn't seem fun to me at all. Like the whole. I mean, they played off of it in The Dark Knight. Like one of the best things about the Joker is that everyone's always confused about his origin. He doesn't really have. Yeah. Like, that's one, and like he's kind of always been the only character that has been that way. And yeah, he's had origins in the comics, but he's had multiple, and they've always kind of played on that like mystery of why he's supposed to kind of be like the ultimate insane person, you know? Yeah. And giving him an origin kind of takes some of that shit away. A friend of the show, Ryan Dole, made a comment on one of the on one of the posts saying like, I really hope I hope this is all kind of a joke and they keep playing up the fact that, like, he's like, I hope you come out of the origin movie still not really sure what his origin is. And I'm like, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
like, that
dude.
would be great.
Yeah, because when you explain that, it takes away like the chaos of the Joker, which is one of the things that's supposed to be like a mind fuck or terrifying about it. To like fill in the blanks with your own, well, who knows how he actually started versus the Killing Joke, which is definitely not my favorite comic or like animated.
Yeah, I don't know. Why aren't we just talking about Batman's dick?
Oh my God, didn't we get the outline for that?
We got the outline.
We got the outline. I don't know, man. Batman 89 is amazing, and that has the kind of the origin of the Joker.
It does, but like it does have an origin of the Joker, but also like that Joker is so completely different.
Right, it's like its own thing. Hey, and so surprised Tim Burton just did his own thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. Like my thing is like it's a lower budget, it's a little bit experimental, and here's something that's interesting to me. They just announced the Birds of Prey movie, which is going to be Harley Quinn in it. And the writers of the Harley Quinn and Joker movie just turned in a script. Plus, Matt Reeves is working on a separate Batman trilogy.
Are we about to get 4 new Jokers?
Well, what I'm saying is like if this Joker movie's very good, people are going to want more of it.
Maybe you could put an end to this other garbage. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
like,
what I'm saying,
maybe if this Joker's really good, they'll kind of be like, all right, sorry, Jared.
Yeah.
They should say sorry, Jared.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Absolutely.
Hey, can we I just want to spend 5 seconds saying that Jared Leto's Joker is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, why'd you have to bring us down like that? He's damaged. It says so on his forehead.
Yeah, literally, that's why I don't mind that first Joaquin Phoenix image where he doesn't even have makeup on, because it's basically the opposite of that.
Oh, look, it's not Jared Leto. Oh, he doesn't look like the singer from 30 Seconds to Mars. I like it.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I liked this makeup, because it's the opposite. It's not tattooed. It looks like haphazard.
I think the thing that's throwing people off a little bit with the makeup, yes, there could be different versions of the makeup, all that stuff, but let's say this is the final Joker makeup. The things that are throwing people off are there's blue. Normally there's not blue associated with the Joker. It's very much like white, red, green, purple, you know? So there's blue. His nose has a little bit of red on it. It's more of like traditional clown makeup. Yeah. So I'm like going back to...
I think that's fine.
It's fine. Listen, if your number one takeaway from a Batman or a Joker movie is how the makeup looked on the Joker, then the writers and director probably didn't do their job. So... I mean,
you got to think like Jack Nicholson's Joker was literally just a white face with green around his mouth.
With a smile.
Or red around his mouth. Right. Yeah, he didn't have like any real paint happening.
Yeah.
So.
What I was surprised was in these images is that his hair is very much like Heath Ledger's, kind of like a dirty dyed green.
Yeah.
But the suit is more form fitting and looks just like the squirting action Joker figure from 1990 Toy Biz.
I really like the colors they went with the suit, like that orangey red looking. Like I like those colors together.
Hey, wouldn't I look good wearing that suit?
Yeah. I think I look good wearing that suit. I like the color scheme too. Just
Jake, I think you'd look good. Should we all
get that suit?
Hey, Joker suits?
Dragon Con. We'll be the only three doing it.
Only three there.
The only three people doing the new Joker next year at Dragon Con are us.
Dibs. We called it.
It's us.
Yes. God, it's going to be insane. There's going to be so many. I can name a few off the top of my head. Let's move on to the next one. Y'all ready to move on?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
There's a new Child's Play movie coming out. We've talked about it a little bit. It's a remake of the original, has absolutely nothing to do with the upcoming live-action television series that continues the Child's Play storyline from the original movies. We don't know much about this movie, other than we've seen what Chucky looks like, and I'm not going to lie, he looks like Chucky to me. Jake, when it comes to the brand new Child's Play movie, what are your thoughts? How many fucks do you give?
This whole thing is very weird to me, and I gave it 3.
Wow.
It's just like, so obviously, like we don't know a whole lot. Yeah, because this is such a weird, like when we had the first episode talking about the remake, and I kind of tried to pull the same, like, hey, you know what? We don't know a whole lot. This could be good. He's not going to be, right off the bat, we knew it probably wasn't going to be like a possession kind of thing. And it sounds weird, but like the more we've gotten a little bit of casting, we've gotten a little bit more of the story. And I'm kind of like super surprised that the doll still looks like Chucky. I thought it was going to be a complete redesign. I figured it probably wouldn't even be called Chucky, which it still might not, because I don't think they have the rights to be calling it Chucky. Like, I was reading an article that said like they're saying Chucky in their interviews and stuff like that, but in the movie it might not ever actually be called Chucky.
That's interesting.
They got the rights to Child's Play. They don't have like which is weird.
Name the doll Child's Play.
Chunky.
Look, we got to get away from Child's Play. He's got a knife.
I was very, very surprised that this doll looks like Chucky, and not only does it look like Chucky, it looks like a better Chucky than we've gotten in like the last 3 Chucky movies.
Yeah,
and I'm really bummed out that like Don Mancini, the guy who created Child's Play, he's like very vocally against this movie.
Yep.
They tried to get him on as a producer, and he was like, fuck you, basically.
Yeah,
he's very upset about it. He like made kind of like a snarky post on Twitter the day this picture came out.
Yep.
Yeah, Mariah Carey.
I understand you being a little annoyed because like that series is still going. But like,
Jake, real quick, the tweet he put out, it's a picture of Mariah Carey holding a little sign that says, "I don't know her," and he tweeted, "This is all I have to say on that subject."
Exactly. Like, I get that he's upset because, like, he created Child's Play and he's still going, and it's kind of, the Child's Play series is kind of picked up a little bit. It's kind of come back to life. They're working on a TV show now, but like at some point, I feel like somebody's got to be like, look, man, this series it's all over the place. Like, it's so it changes tone more than any other series. And it's almost like Don Mancini has 2 separate like personalities when he's writing. And in one, he's like, this should be scary. It should be dark. It should be serious. And half of the movies follow that. And then the other half are like, this is going to be silly. We're going to have 6 Chucky dolls. There's going to be, like the stupidest things he can think of. So I'm like, maybe it's not a bad thing for someone else to pick it up or start another series.
I just think it's weird that, like, if you were remaking a movie, wouldn't you feel like a little bit stressed out or like, and feel like you're in a weird place if you didn't have like the blessing of the
absolutely.
original?
Yeah, I would for sure. Yeah, I would for sure. But it's like, also, I mean, if I don't know, man, I feel like it all comes down to how big of a fan you are of that. You know, some directors do things like just for a job. Some they don't care. Some might have their own vision, and they're like, you know what, like even if he doesn't like it, once he sees it, maybe he'll come around. So I don't know what kind of thought process that dude's going through, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, whatever. Like, there can be another Chucky movie. It's fine. But like seeing that doll, it kind of got me excited because I was like, whoa, this looks good. That looks like Chucky. That looks like a updated but faithful fucking version of Chucky, and I like it.
Yep.
Abigail.
Yo.
How many fucks do you give?
I give this 2 very concerned fucks. Just like Jake, honestly. I mean, I wouldn't say, I really, really enjoy the Child's Play movies. I like Chucky. I like the second one and the third one a whole lot. Just like you, Jake, I like the look of this Chucky. But the inclusion of Aubrey Plaza's name, like with this movie, because she's apparently playing the mother of the kid who gets the Chucky doll, and she gets the doll for him. I like her a lot. I'm a huge Parks and Rec fan, and I think that she's very funny and has a weird, dark sense of humor and is well cast in a Child's Play film. And also Paperboy, Brian Tyree Henry is his name, from Atlanta. I like him a lot. So it's like having 2 actors that I'm like very much into, in seeing the Chucky doll looking very good like it does in that teaser image. I'm like, I think I want to see this, but also the fact that it's like this weird renegade production that is not, it doesn't seem to have the blessing of the creators, and all this other stuff makes me concerned for it. But who knows, maybe it will be similar to the Joker, like just stand out and kind of set a new mold, or be like really good. So I don't have a reason to think that, other than I like the people that are involved with it right now. Yes,
the Chucky movies have continued on. They've continued on, and like they've been straight to DVD or straight to Netflix. The last couple, the last theatrical one was Seed of Chucky. Like, so it's like, yeah, I get it, but like, I don't mind a remake. What I'm mostly scared of is what his voice is going to sound like, because I just feel like
that, and I'll give you my prediction.
Well, I think Chucky's look and his voice, like that's to me what makes the Child's Play movie. Like, I've never once watched a Child's Play movie because I was really invested in the plot and the ongoing saga of Andy. And you know, frankly, Andy's 40 years old at this point, and he's still hanging out with this doll who keeps trying to kill him. Yeah. Maybe he needs a new hobby, is all I'm saying. What I do think is going to happen is that when the Child's Play series comes out, that Don Mancini's doing, is Chucky's going to make some really funny, derogatory joke about the remake.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be like, hey, weren't you in a movie last year? And he's like, no way, bitch. I don't know. Hey, I'll write it with that. With that,
yes.
God, hello,
Steven. I thought that was Chucky,
like Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah. Also, I like the idea of Chucky being called Child's Play, and you referring to him as such.
Well, it's like we watched The Omen last week, and I just started doing this impression of a guy watching The Omen, but couldn't remember the kid's name and just thought his name was Omen. And he's saying things like, "Man, I'll tell you what, dude. When Omen came out, I was like, there's something wrong with that kid, dude."
Oh my god, dude! Jake, when Omen killed that babysitter, man,
dude, that babysitter had a comedy.
Whoa, Omen,
dude, don't fuck with Omen. Jake, what is your theory?
Well, I was gonna say, like, I agree with you about Chucky's voice. Like, Brad Dourif is known for that role, and Brad Dourif is great. He's got a great voice, and he's just he's a great actor in general. But I think in this movie, they said they haven't cast the voice yet.
It's because they haven't called me yet.
But I guarantee you, he's just gonna sound like a kid, because he's not like this Chucky doll is not a possessed
supernatural
by a serial
like
killer.
Tech
He's not
whatever.
Possessed by a grown up. It's like a doll that someone has hacked into or something. So the voice of this doll is gonna be whatever the voice of the doll would have been. So I feel like it's just gonna sound like a kid. It's just gonna be a kid's voice, because it doesn't make any sense for it to be like a scary adult voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right with that. Hey, you know what? We'll see. It's going to be coming out. I mean, it's filming now. It'll probably be out next year, probably before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it has potential is what I'll say. Like we all reviewed the last Chucky
It's hard
movie,
to tell.
like,
It's hard to tell until you see a trailer or any, like, you can't tell anything off of just, sure, it can look good and be utter garbage. Who knows?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. We've been through that before.
True.
All right, cool. Next up in the fuck budget. The next movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be Captain Marvel starring Brie Larson. It releases. It does something. It will be released in January of 2019. We got the first trailer, the long-awaited footage. Abby, you've been on a Brie Larson kick.
I'm like actually accidentally
watching the trailer.
I'm just watching it right now. Yes, I've been on a big kick.
How
you
many
guys
fucks?
can all assume 5 very enthusiastic fucks.
How long were you on Brie Larson's Instagram page today?
Today, probably like 20 minutes or so. I just
I'm going there right
love
now.
her. Dude, first of all, yes. No, she posted a picture recently with Allison Brie, and then it was the Allison Brie Larson mashup, which I regretted immediately not finding a Captain Marvel at DragonCon when I had my Allison Brie glow costume on, because then I could have gotten that goddamn photo. But yes, I love Allison Brie. I love Allison Brie. I love Brie Larson. I love both of them, but Brie Larson as Captain Marvel is something that I've been anticipating for a long time now. It's, obviously the first female-fronted Marvel movie, and having an actress that you're like throwing wrestling figures behind me. It's very hard to continue with my rant.
Keep going.
But yes, I loved this trailer from the very beginning, when it opens up inside of a blockbuster where Captain Marvel like drops down, and that just, for me, I felt like I was like, are they making this? Like, are they in my head? Because obviously we love that shit. There's also a little Easter egg in that shot within the blockbuster. You see Ghostbusters, like a no ghost logo on one of the VHS tapes, which is awesome. But yeah, so I'm a huge fan of Brie Larson's, like I've mentioned, but watching this trailer, it was just a very good trailer that got me hyped for the movie. John Yerkeba was actually the first person to point out in the image, like the poster for the movie that was released on the same day as the trailer, you can see it's inside the hangar and Carol Danvers is there, and in the very like bottom left corner you see like a outline of what is her cat's butt, like walking out of the shot, which that's like something that I'm like, did they do that for me in particular, because I have like 25 cats and I fucking love that shit. So yeah, when John pointed that out, I was like, dude, that's awesome. And then he sent me like a paragraph of information about the history of the cat, and I was like, this is even better. This movie looks funny. I love that it's set in the 90s. I think that Captain Marvel looks tough, and it just feels like it's one of those that's like tailored for me, and it's going to be big and special and like a big event to go to in theaters. So I'm on this train hard, and I don't care, because I, again, like literally watching Brie Larson go through the fitness training to like gain the weight and like the muscle for this character. It's just been awesome, because I'm somebody who enjoys like, doing chin-ups and working out and running, and seeing other females like on screen, like, putting in the time and getting fucking ripped. It's awesome. And she's very smart and cool and a good role model in general. So I am fucking pumped for this movie.
Jacob Walsh?
Yo.
How many fucks do you give?
Well, I gave it 2 fucks. Captain Marvel is one of the characters I'm like least familiar with. And even though I only gave it 2, I am excited for it. And I do really like Brie Larson. I feel like the trailer is a little dull. Like there's not a whole lot happening. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between Marvel and DC. Mm-hmm. I know this is going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like no doubt about it.
The trailer could come out and they can barely try. And when I watched this trailer a few times, and I've grown to become a little more excited about it the more I've seen it. But the first time I saw it, my lasting thought with the trailer was, I'm ready to see this blockbuster.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite thing in the trailer. But no, I have no doubt it's going to be good. I do really like Brie Larson as well, and I like that not only like she kind of seems like a normal person to me. Like it's not like, oh, let's get this like fucking
Margot Robbie,
you know, super hot model kind of fucking, you know, it's just like, it's Brie Larson. Like she looks cool. She looks like she could be a superhero, but she also looks like she could be someone you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's kind of important. And that also feels like something that a lot of movies, even Marvel, hasn't really done up until this point.
Yes. Amen.
But, yeah, I'm excited about it. I only gave it 2, but that I don't want that. That's not really like an indicator of my excitement for the movie. It's just I think a better trailer could have been put out there, and I think the second trailer they put out is going to be.
Yeah,
I love that we're getting a 25-year-old age reduction on Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
He looks amazing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the technology is at the point where, well, Samuel L. Jackson looks great for his age now, but like I'm sure there's some digital reduction, but like I love the fact that this is Samuel L. Jackson in the mid-90s as like a low-level agent at S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And I love that we're going to see a little bit of an origin for him because like his appearances in those movies are always fun. He's all like Samuel L. Jackson's one of the like it's
going to be fucking entertaining.
God forbid he ever passes away. We're all going to be like, man, we didn't appreciate him the way we should.
We did not appreciate him. Yeah.
So
I agree.
I love that we're going to be dealing with the Kree Skrull War. I like that we're going to see some Ronin in there.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that. That's cool that there's a few characters coming back that
I wouldn't be surprised to see some other characters pop up that they're not going to announce like ahead of time. Some fun MCU cameos.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is going to directly lead into the fourth Avengers movie.
The text.
I'm sure there's a lot in this movie that they just can't show for obvious reasons.
They show her punching an old woman, which is pretty fucking cool.
People were mad about that. People were
mad. People were getting mad because she didn't smile enough. They can go fuck themselves. Then she responded with those like photoshopped images, which is amazing.
The one thing I didn't mention that is very exciting about this trailer is that there are some scrolls in this trailer, and I know maybe a lot of people aren't familiar with what the scrolls are, but they have been they're like a pretty big presence in the Marvel universe and the comics, and they have been for a very long time. And they've like scrolls have constantly been like rumored to be in the movie. Like they're like scrolls are going to be in this scroll, like they're going to do scrolls. There's been a lot of major plot points that revolve around the scrolls. They were big like Fantastic Four villains, and whenever the first Avengers came out, when it has the Chitauri, I believe those were originally going to be Skrulls, but there was a whole thing with the rights, because they were still connected.
Probably Fox
I think they were lumped in with like Fantastic Four, and that Fox owned them at that point, so they had to do something different. But it's cool to finally see some Skrulls happening, and some people who know some of those plot lines. There's been a few, one of the big like rumors for an Avengers film has always been like Secret War, which is kind of a Skrull heavy thing. So, like that's cool to finally see like, oh, maybe we're gonna get some of that stuff. So,
well, I'll put it this way. Captain Marvel is becoming a much more of a mainstream character, but probably a character that over the years has been more as kind of like a B-side character. And she's going to get her own film, and it's probably going to be amazing, and it's probably going to up all the stakes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and basically do all the things that Aquaman, another B-side character from the DC Universe, won't do. In fact, I'm going to walk out of Aquaman and go, I don't care. Doesn't mean anything. I don't care about the DC universe, but I know that there's going to be strong implications about the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward once we see Captain Marvel. And that's what the MCU movies have done across the board, which is even Ant-Man, even though it kind of stands on its own and it's kind of fun and a little bit more lighthearted, it still adds weight to the overall story. Yeah. And I think that these movies have time and time again.
It's such a smart way to like bookend and get your hooks into people and like keep that story going. So.
And it is a big deal to have a female-fronted movie. I mean, I know Wonder Woman came out, but like...
Yeah, but that was Gal Gadot. Like, this is, just like Jake was saying, this is like a real, relatable human being. Like,
what, you can't relate to Gal Gadot?
No, I literally can't. She was like pregnant filming most of that movie, and it's like, no, I literally can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brie Larson's very down to earth.
You mean that like Israeli-born military Maxim models aren't like relatable?
Yes.
Hey, also, I really can't wait for the just general like public who like Wonder Woman to go back and realize that they were just tricked into liking it by how awful all the other DC movies are. Right. Like, it's good in comparison to other DC movies, but if you take it out of the context of all the other shit they put out and just watch it, you're like, oh no, this still isn't good.
Yeah. And when that happens, they can all join group therapy.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how are they going to do that? No, we'll do that later. We'll do that later.
Abby leaves. Now Abby leaves.
That's becoming like a featured segment.
It's a fun little thing.
We should make a shirt.
It's called Abby's stressing about how to get places because she doesn't know.
Cool. Well, we're going to be covering a lot more on Captain Marvel once more trailers drop, and obviously we're all going to be seeing it soon enough. Are y'all ready to move on to the next part of the FARC?
The FARC budget?
The FARC budget.
I just said the word.
Budget.
I said FARC.
FARC budget with a K?
FARK.
FARC budget.
It's a new.
Let's do it.
It's fun.
All right. I'm not going to lie. I lost my email. So, Abby, you want to tell everybody how to get to Yes Have Some Group Therapy?
Oh, I was going to do the next fuck budget. I got really excited and nervous like I'm auditioning for something. I was like, I could be the host?
You can do it.
No, I can't. That changes the rules. We're not going to know. But if you want to go to group therapy, you're going to get on Facebook.
What is group therapy, real quick?
Group therapy is a fun space. It's safe. It's a closed group for Yes Have Some listeners to hang out and stress out about all the stuff that we talk about here on Yes Have Some podcast. I feel like I'm doing good now. So all you have to do is log on to your Facebook and then I get stressed. And then go to Yes Have Some Podcast page. Just type in Yes Have Some Podcast in the scroll bar. Oh, no, I'm talking about the scrolls. And then you find our group therapy will be the first thing that comes up. God, I fucked it up.
There you go.
Okay.
You'll find it if they want to.
You'll find it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Next up in the fun. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 4 this week. Bumblebee. There's a new trailer. It's the new Transformers movie. I don't know if it's like... I literally have no idea if this takes place in universe with the other Transformers movies.
They're saying that it is.
Okay. Well, that sucks. But based on this trailer, you guys might have some fucks to give. Abigail Gardner. Oh no, Jake goes first this time. How many fucks do you give?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm gonna do it.
I gave it 1, and you know what? I went back and forth on whether or not I even wanted to give it 1 because the Transformers movies are garbage. They're garbage. I've seen a few of them. The first one was really bad. The trailer for the second one tricked me into going and seeing the second one. It was worse.
I love when you get tricked by trailers. Like,
these movies
that
suck.
doesn't look bad.
Yeah,
these
that should
movies
be a bonus
are all,
episode.
Like, I was watching a video about the Transformers movies today, like doing some research for this one, and they were pointing out how like even there's like I think there's like 5 of them, and within the ones that like I don't know if Michael Bay did all of them.
He did,
but they were like he did. So they were like they're pointing out like inconsistencies with the story, and they're like Michael Bay did all of these movies, and he's getting his own stories wrong. Like he's like changing the continuity to his own stories by not paying attention to shit he already did. They're bad. They're just bad. They look bad. They're stupid. Like they're not funny.
That's like the Vince McMahon way of storytelling. Like nobody remembers what happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So then this trailer comes out, and first of all, this trailer looks fine. It looks okay. It looks completely different from the others. The Transformers look like what they're supposed to look like, and I've seen a lot of people be very excited for that. But my problem is that I wasn't ever a Transformers fan to begin with. Like, even before the movie started, I never watched the cartoon. I never bought the toys. It was something that I never cared for. I never gave any fucks about Transformers. Nothing ever grabbed me. I just didn't care. And the movie, it's kind of the same thing. Like, it looks better than the last ones. It looks like it could be a fine movie, but I just don't really care. It just doesn't excite me. Also, I have zero confidence that John Cena is a good actor, and I think having him, speak no lines of dialogue in the trailer is probably a pretty big indicator of that.
Yeah.
I gave it one fuck because, like, part of me is excited that it seems like maybe they're fixing a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of my friends be super excited for this movie.
Okay.
So I guess it deserves a fuck for that. But beyond that, I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. Abby.
Well, I feel like there's part of me that might have wanted to give this a fuck, but I had allotted so many to Captain Marvel that I am giving it 0 fucks because I just like Jake said, I don't care about Transformers. It's not in my top 5 or my top 10. I kind of feel the same way about Transformers in general as I do about the Power Rangers. Like, it just was a little bit, it just was never my thing. It's a little too tech heavy. And yeah, just not my characters. This trailer isn't terrible. John Cena's like appearance is kind of like you just give an eye roll, but it also, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll watch it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, it looks like it's heavily influenced by like E.T. and Stranger Things and like nostalgia and those kind of things. So it's like, maybe that's a better direction than Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf. I guess.
It's gotta be.
Because they are not good. And just like Jake, I mean, I haven't seen all the Transformers movies. I know I saw one of them in theaters, and it was like, this is very bright and colorful and neat, because I think it was in 3D. But it's
Sounds right.
The plot's forgettable. And yeah, I guess, just don't care. So 0 fucks.
Yeah, I thought it was an okay trailer. I kind of cared about the relationship between the girl and Bumblebee. But I can tell you one thing. This movie's going to suck.
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm being fooled by this relationship that seems endearing.
I like one of the. I watched a video on YouTube today where they were exploring whether or not this movie was set in the universe, and they were saying, like, at first they said it was set in the universe, but then there are all these things in the trailer that don't make sense if it's set in the same universe. But the fact that, like, Bumblebee isn't talking. Like, that's not a Bumblebee thing. That's something they, like, made up in the movies, and they give him a reason for not talking. And they're like, but then he's not talking in this one. So it must be in the same continuity. Like, there's just all this weird shit
But it's weird because
happening.
in the other movies, isn't Bumblebee a yellow Mustang?
He is, but the original Bumblebee was a Beetle. Like, they changed that for but see, the thing is that, like, I think the Transformers can one of the videos I watched today.
Can they change it to things?
Well, they one of the videos I watched today was kind of like, it had like Easter eggs and stuff like that, and it mentioned that in this trailer he's not a Beetle the whole time. There, at one point he's like a yellow truck, and they showed him in the truck and Beetle form and in his like Transformer form. And he looks different in both of them because he's not the same vehicle anymore. I guess that I don't know enough about Transformers, but I guess they can decide, I don't want to be a Beetle anymore, and they can change into I'm gonna be this now. So I don't know, but yeah, like I said, like the trailer for the second Transformers movie tricked me into thinking they were gonna change their ways and it was gonna be a better movie. This could be the same thing. Like, this movie,
Jake keeps getting okey doked by the Transformers trailers. Every 3 years, Jake calls us. Jake calls and says, "You know what? I didn't like the last 4 Transformers movies, but I saw this trailer.
I think I like
could be good.
This could be the good one."
I can go see it.
Goddamn Hasbro motherfuckers.
Dude, you've been Hasbro. Fuck.
I've been Hasbro.
Dude, you're a Hasbro, bro.
Whoa.
Here's the thing.
Don't trust them.
Transformers has a super dedicated.
They're changelings. So that's all I'm saying.
Transformers has a super hardcore fan base. I've told the story. I don't know if I've ever told it on the old podcast, but I was literally too dumb for Transformers toys. I never knew if I could. Like,
you have told this, yeah.
I didn't
if
know
you were changing them,
but
right?
I want to hear it again. Yeah.
I just didn't know if they were broken, if I had all the pieces, And it's like, who cares? So what?
That's how I felt. I felt like it was like it probably had instructions. And
I don't want to work.
Yeah.
I don't have to work.
Yeah. I want it to be all set up. I didn't like Legos.
I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this. Like, I hope the movie's good. I hope it is good, and I hope all my Transformers friends are like fine. Because I feel like after 5, like, you know, if it was something that I like grew up with, and then there were 5 movies in a row that were just fucking awful, and then all of a sudden there was like
Star Wars. Sorry, that was fun.
I feel like it's a big thing for people who are big Transformers fans for this trailer to come out and them to be like, oh, finally, this is looking right. So I hope it's good, and I hope that it's good enough that I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna sit down and watch a Transformers movie, because the last time I fucking like. I'm telling you, man, the only good thing out of the first time I saw Transformers was when the fucking Cloverfield teaser was shown.
I remember this story.
That's the only reason I'm going to ever remember the first time I saw Transformers was because of Cloverfield.
Oh, I remember the first time I saw Transformers because my brother, basically still to this day, is one of those people that whatever the last movie he saw is like his favorite movie. And I remember he was like, you know what? I think Transformers might be the best movie I've ever seen.
Wow, let's get him on the show.
Yeah.
My brother's
His opinions are fine now.
He's gotten better, but he still thinks Van Helsing's great. Yeah. So that's another story for another day. Okay. All right, last up on the fuck budget.
Fuck budget.
There was other stories to pick from, but this one just made me mad and made me laugh at the same time. So.
No, you got mad too?
I got mad.
Dude, I did like a parental noise when I saw the article. I was like, can't. That's what my dad does when he gets...
a couple months ago when Deadpool 2 came out, they did this thing at Walmart where they took a bunch of movies that were like probably owned by 20th Century Fox, and they added Deadpool themed slipcovers to the DVDs. They're kind of funny. Like there are a couple of them I was like, I'd buy that. It's kind of funny to see a Deadpool themed cover because Deadpool's fun and mischievous.
It's like a Deadpool thing
to do. It's a Deadpool thing.
It's very Deadpool to do that.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it again. Only this time this time it's Sony. And this time it's Venom-inspired Walmart DVD slipcases, including our beloved Ghostbusters. So when it comes to Venom-themed DVD cover... The reason I put this on here is because we love packaging.
Yeah.
We talk
good
about
packaging.
So, it was between this and making you guys listen to the new Eminem song on the Venom soundtrack that came out today.
We should have done that.
Please don't make me listen to Eminem. I hate when people do that. It's happened to me a lot recently. They're like, oh, you like rap? Have you heard the new Eminem? I'm like, I don't know. Don't listen to that.
So some of the Underworld is one of the movies getting a denim.
Yeah, a
Venom themed cover.
Venom,
and of course,
denim.
The Spider-Man movies are getting Venom themed covers. So when it comes to Venom themed DVD slipcovers heading to a Walmart near you, Abigail Gardner, how many fucks do you give?
Well, I don't have any fucks left, so I'm giving it 0 fucks.
What if you had 10 left?
I would give it all. I'm angry, so I would allocate all of them because it feels like vandalism. I know that there's slip covers, but it's not cool. Just because Deadpool did it doesn't mean Venom should do it. Also, we don't know this Venom because we haven't seen the fucking movie yet, so I don't want that. Like, I don't need it. And I think it's desperate, and also it just like includes an $8 voucher towards your ticket, so it feels like they're just pushing it on you. Like, if you weren't going to see this, we want to make sure that you see it. So here's a little bit of money and a slipcover, which I think it's a waste.
And also, it doesn't look like it's being taken over by a symbiote. It looks like there's an oil spill on your DVD.
If you want to put some Dawn on it, like save it like a yes.
Jacob Walsh, how many fucks do you give about this nonsense?
Well, I have 2 fucks left.
All right.
And this doesn't get either of them.
Jake saving his fucks.
Yeah, 0 fucks because it looks stupid and it's not like so. Like with the Deadpool thing, it made a little sense and it was like, oh, it's silly. It's like it's something Deadpool would do. It's like breaking the fourth wall. So that was funny. But this is just like, Black Venom. Like, first of all, they only show you 2 different covers. but it's the same. Like it's going to be the same on every cover. It's just like black Venom stuff on the corners of the DVD box. But it's gonna be exact like the Deadpool one was specific for every cover, you know.
Yeah.
These are just they're all gonna look exactly the same. And
I like that the Ghostbusters one comes with 3 movies. It'd be really cool if like the Venom goo.
That'd be
it renders the Answer the Call DVD not
yes.
working. Like, oh, damn.
The real joke. It just wipes it.
Yeah. I mean, like I feel like slip covers, like doing special slip covers can be cool, but like this just doesn't.
Dude,
this one doesn't particularly make sense, and it's just like
I am all about limited edition.
Why do I want 5 Underworld films with Venom's eye on it?
I love limited edition packaging. I will buy something I already own just for new packaging. In fact,
I love Tom Hardy. I'm confused by why I hate this so much.
I got some things to say about that. Last week, I met up with our friend Robert from Chronicle Collectibles, and we because I never met him, and we had lunch, and he was a great guy, and he had a friend with him, and we were all talking about movies and stuff, and we were talking about the Stranger Things Blu-ray release from Target that's designed like a VHS box, and his friend was like, "Man, I'll tell you what, I almost bought that just because it would look cool on display," and Robert looked at him deadpan and goes, "That's why they made it."
Yes.
It was really funny. It was really funny. It's like, of course, why would you buy a Blu-ray of something that's on Netflix, like exclusively?
Yeah, literally.
Like if you're buying the House of Cards Blu-rays, you're being bamboozled. I have a prediction about Venom. You guys want to hear it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna bomb. I think it's gonna make $0. I think it's gonna be like Predator, and Sony's not gonna. They're not gonna be able.
That's
to
why I'm saying this seems desperate to be like, here, look, Venom. Remember Venom? Here's money for Venom.
Yeah.
So it's too pushy.
I think that they're overestimating the amount of people who know and love Venom. I think if it was 1999, we'd be in a much different scenario. I think it's confusing. I think it's not directly tied to any ongoing Spider-Man universe that we know about, and I just don't think that these standalone Spider-Man villain movies not connected to the MCU are going to do well at all.
Yeah.
I have been thoroughly unimpressed by every trailer that I've seen for this movie. So that's my prediction. I think it's going to bomb. You heard it here, folks.
I think I probably agree. Like, I mean, I feel like people are going to go see it. Like, I'm going to go see it, but it's going to be one of those things. Like, I think it's going to be one of those movies where it's like, yeah, it made a lot of money, but it sucked.
Yeah.
But is it going to happen?
I mean, that happens a lot now. Like, that happens a lot. Like, a movie will come out and it's fucking shitty, but everyone's going and seeing it because, I mean, like
Batman vs Superman, that's how it was.
Exactly. Like, it's generally considered to be awful, but it made enough money for them to keep
Transformers.
making them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Trailers in disguise. The trailers disguise themselves as good movies.
Yeah, I like that idea of trailers that faked us out and made us think we liked the movie.
We should do a Patreon episode on that.
Think about it, yeah.
Called, wait a minute, that's not the movie I thought I was going to see. The episode. Well, listen, folks, thank you so much for joining YHS this week. Before we let you go, I wanted to tell you a little bit about our social media. If you want to interact with Yes Have Some, please head to Instagram and Twitter at YHS Podcast. That's our handle. And of course, our Facebook page is facebook.com/YesHaveSomeCast. And as Abby told us earlier, we've got Facebook Group Therapy, which is the official discussion group for Yes Have Some Podcast. All you got to do is go to Facebook, search for Yes Have Some, Group Therapy, join, and then you can start talking about movies, toys. The Joker and Child's Play stuff dropped on the same day, and Group Therapy was wild.
Day.
It was a big day.
A lot of notifications that day.
So hang out over there. Let us know what you think. We talk about the episodes in depth once we post them. I did want to remind everybody, as a podcast, one thing that really helps us out a lot, and I know every podcast says it, but we are obligated, 5-star reviews on iTunes. If you like Yes Have Some, even if you don't listen to us on iTunes, if you find us on Spotify or wherever else you find your podcast, go to iTunes, search Yes Have Some iTunes on Google. It'll be the first thing that pops up. Click leave a review. It'll open your iTunes. You can also do it on your mobile phone. It really, really does help us a lot. It brings us visibility, brings us new listeners, and allows us to keep doing what we're doing. Special thank you to all of our...
It cheers us up just to see those reviews. Like, there was a nice one recently, so yeah,
there was
thanks.
we got a nice
Appreciate
one
it, y'all.
recently. So if you could take literally 30 seconds out of your day to leave a review for Yes Have Some, that would be very amazing. And that's really all we got. We got some big stuff. We got some guests coming up in the next couple weeks. We're going to be talking about all of our favorite horror movies coming up in October. And man, this year's kind of running out of time. It's going to be Christmas before you know it.
Yeah.
Then we're going to be playing in Ghostbusters Fan Fest.
Whoa, y'all.
It's happening.
And then Thanksgiving. All that is happening in a different order.
That's different,
And I laid it out.
but good.
Abby.
Yes.
What are you thankful for?
For this podcast, for you guys, you know.
Jake, what are you thankful for? Bumblebee?
Bumblebee. the the fixing of the atrocities of the Transformers film.
I want to see videos of Jake just going, I want Transformers movies to be good so my friends can like them. I think my friends deserve a good Transformers movie. I've seen people talking. I think they deserve it too.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, listen. For Abigail Gardner and Jacob Walsh, my name is Craig Goldberg saying thank you so much for joining us. Have some for episode 117. We will see you next week. Mm-hmm. Stay chilling. Stay chilled out.
Is that what we're going with?
Stay chilled out.
Stay cool.
That.
See you next summer. That's different.
See you next Tuesday.
That's good.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.
Later.
We record on Wednesdays.
Oh, see you on Wednesday.